Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Laura Covarrubias, who is here on behalf of the Equestrian Center. Well, Laura, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Lisa. I'm so happy to be here with you today.
Well, it's nice to finally meet you. I've heard a bit about you, and we've done a lot of work at the Equestrian Center, interviewing many of the folks that are there. Tell me a little bit about your background and how you arrived here at Laguna Woods Village Equestrian Center.
Absolutely, Lisa. My background really is that of a lifelong equestrian. I started riding horses when I was only 3 years old, and it instantly became my passion. So I spent my childhood riding and competing. As a teenager and young adult, I competed a lot and started teaching lessons and working at various competition stables. And as a young adult, while I was in the midst of a pretty exciting corporate marketing career, I decided that I was going to take my passion and make it my profession. So I've been managing barns since 2006. Wow. And I'm just very excited to join you here.
Oh, that's great. It takes a lot to, leave the so-called money-making, corporate job to do something that you love. But you know what? Isn't it better to go to work every day to something you love?
Oh my gosh, it is. And it's so amazing here. Both at my previous position before I came here at a therapeutic riding center and also at Laguna Woods Village, I get to combine that passion with a service to others. And that's sort of my other driver in life. So it couldn't be better. And I'm just so thankful.
Now, I do remember that we had spoken to someone else regarding the therapeutic side. Is that something that's going to be expanded there at the Equestrian Center?
It is. We're actually actively working on it right now. We're in the get everything firmed up in paperwork and insurance side of things, but it's looking like we're going forward, and we're very excited to start growing that program here because I think it's perfect for residents. We are going to hit on a lot of topics that are very relevant during this time of COVID, like loneliness and isolation and so many other things. We have a woman named Audrey Greider who's going to be leading that, who has a big program already, very experienced. And our horses will get to participate, so that's very exciting. So yes, we're thinking that's going to be wonderful for our community.
So how does that actually work? So if someone was in need of something, what is it how would they know that this would be for them?
Well, it's actually a very powerful tool using horses to bring a sense of peace and psychological improvement to many different situations working with horses. It's an unmounted program, so people do not have to ride horses or be able to ride horses to participate. Mm-hmm. And they'll be working with a clinical psychologist who is experienced in all the different topics that they'll be addressing in the program. So I think if the topic is one that is close to your heart or is something that someone needs to work on in their life, I think it's absolutely worth signing up and trying it out and seeing if it's a fit for you.
And people who might be in a wheelchair or something like that, can they participate?
Absolutely. In fact, we've already talked about tailoring certain sessions to people with disabilities. Our center is accessible, so it works out very well. So yes, absolutely, people with disabilities are welcome and encouraged to join.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Well, thank you for the information on that one. Now, there might have been a few improvements that have happened over the year because it's been obviously closed. What are some things that you can tell us about?
Oh my gosh, since I have been here, it has been during the time of, the pandemic closure. So what we decided to do is not waste that time, but instead put all of our effort into doing improvements that we might not have been able to do when we were open with our full lesson program.
Mhm.
So as a new supervisor here, it's been very exciting to work with some of the other teams that are so talented that we have here available to us to work with. Um, and and the most recent one that we finished, we worked with the extra talented nursery team to create an atmosphere we were looking for in our courtyards with plants and shade trees. It's beautifully landscaped now throughout. So we're very excited to share that with the community and our lesson clients when they're able to come back on site. It makes a big difference. Everything feels very alive, very warm. We're super excited about that. That, you know, lighting is both a safety issue and something that's important to how beautiful the property is,
Mhm.
and how we use it for events as well, because it's a big event venue here. So if you now drive down El Toro at night, you might see our new cafe lights that we installed,
Nice.
and you can see them from the road.
Oh, good. Well,
And then
that'll be nice, because then when you open up for events, then maybe you'll be able to do some evening events.
yes, we're really looking forward to that. In addition to improving the upper courtyard area, we're doing solar lights in the arena. So that's going to be a real benefit to our boarders who keep their
Mhm.
horses there. We have a large group that comes in the evenings. So they will now be able to go down and safely ride in the arenas. So that's another big, exciting thing we have that we're working on right now.
That's great. Now, of course, all of these improvements take money. And I know that you guys do have a campaign called Help the Herd right now. And you were the recipient of $5,000 already. So how far do you have to go? Do you still have a ways to go, or what are you looking for?
Well, we are very excited and thankful to the Village Community Fund. If people don't know about the Village Community Fund, they're a 501c3 who has been set up by residents to benefit the community and those in need within the community. And they were so kind to take on a Help the Herd campaign to benefit our horses. We currently have 8 GRF owned horses, or Golden Rein Foundation horses.
Mhm.
Oops. And those horses, some of them have been serving the community for up to a decade. And just like us humans, as they age, as we age, we need some extra care and love and attention. And with budgets tight because of COVID closures, it becomes really important that we bring in donations through this fund to provide for them.
Great.
So we've raised over 5,000 already, or they have raised. I feel like I'm part of it, but we're very thankful to them and to the generosity of our residents who have been donating to the cause. And we're looking to raise 10,000 as part of the Help the Herd campaign. So if people want to donate, they can go to the villagecommunityfund.org website and donate online,
Okay.
or find contacts for information.
Perfect. Well, gosh, thank you so much. We appreciate the information, and hopefully you guys will be back up and running in no time, and we'll get to meet in person. So thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. It was a pleasure.
Okay. And we'll be right back after this.